Yeah. We're all tired. I couldn't have said it better.
Well, that was actually better.
We're all tired. We're all here. Score. Perfect. All right. You ready?
Sure.
You ready? Sure?
Sure.
All good? All right. Well then, we begin again. Hi friends, Shabbat Shalom. Good to see you. Let's turn to page 130. Page 130. And remember, if we have one of the prayer books that has 2 page numbers on it, you are going to follow the page number in blue brackets. If there's only one page number, just follow along. 130.
Let us sing unto God a new song. Let us sing unto God a new song. Yai la 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 la, yai la 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 la, yai la 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 la, yai la 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 la, yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la, yai la 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 yai la la, yai la 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 yai la la la, yai la 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 la, yai la 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 la. Lechu neranen al Adonai, Naria letzur yishenu, nekadma fanav b'toda, bizmirot naria lo, bizmirot naria lo. Yai la la, yai la la, yai la la, yai la la la, yai la la. Let us sing unto God a new song. Let us sing unto God a new song. Yai la la, yai la la, yai la la, yai la la la, yai 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 la la, la la.
Yefa. Well, as we always do at the very beginning when we first gather, I'm going to ask you to turn to a neighbor, someone you do not know, and introduce yourself. Share your name. You can get up and meet somebody new. You can walk to another corner as you wish. We can meet somebody new. Good job. Well done. Right. Where'd my cantor go? Oh, yeah. Let's turn to page 120. We're going to light our Shabbat lights, bring God's light into our space, into our lives. So Zoe and Xander and Ori, on 120, you folks are going to light the candles. Hopefully, your parents told you that. Right over there, friends. Oh, very cool.
Whoa, you left already.
I can do the matches?
You light it first. There you go. Away from the candles. Very good. You can put it right on the table. Let's say the blessing. Adonai. Amen. Thank you, friends. Zoe, you're going to come over here because you are leading.
Probably prayer book.
You are leading us in our Kiddush, so you can come right back over here with us. We all turn to 123, and again, we'll ask you to rise as you are able, and we have some extra cups. If somebody has something lovely to share or to celebrate, we'll invite you to come up and make a Kiddush with us. Zoe's doing the hard work. All you have to do is hold a Kiddush cup.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri chagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho Be'achava uvratzon hinchelanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehila lemikrae kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'charta ve'otanu
Mikol amim v'shabbat kodshecha yava uvratzon hinchaltanu.
Baruch atah Adonai
Baruch hu v'ruch shemo.
Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. L'chaim. Put it right down there. Great. You can return. Friends, you may be seated. We are going to turn back. Thanks, Joe. You got it all, Xander? We're going to turn to page 138 and 139, Lecha Dodi, the prayer of our mystics. We are going to continue with the first and second verses, then the fifth one, and then the very last one. 1, 2, 5, and 9. When we reach that final verse and we say, Boi v'shalom, come in peace, we're asking the Sabbath bride to join us. We enter Shabbat together, and so our custom is standing at that last stanza. We face the open doors in the back of our sanctuary, symbolically welcoming the Sabbath Queen into our midst.
Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekavela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad yishmi'anu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad, u'shmo echad, l'shem u'tiferet, ve'itila, lecha dodi, likrat kala, pnei Shabbat, nekavela, lecha dodi, likrat kala, pnei Shabbat, נקבלה לקראת שבת, לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקמלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקמלה, התעוררי, התעוררי, כי מאורך קומי, אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלם. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
May be seated. 142.
Shalom
Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzidchem l'shalom, Malachei Asharet Malachei Elyonim Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We rise as we are able, 146.
Yai la 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 yai la yai la la.
Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 yai da 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 yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 yai da 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 yai da da da.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed HaMevorach
HaMevorach
Le'olam va'ed. Page 149. Let's read together. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai HaMa'ariv Aravim. Our Shema in this particular setting is going to be on the handout that you picked up at the door. Yai da 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 yai da 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 yai da 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 da. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Da 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 da, yai da 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 da, yai da 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 da, yai da 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 da, yai da da da, yai da 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 da. Shem kevod, Shem kevod malchuto leolam, leolam va'ed. Baruch Shem kevod malchuto leolam, leolam va'ed. Yai da 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 da, yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da da ya da da ya da da da. Yai da da ya da 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 ya. Shall love with all of your heart, with soul and with all of your might. You shall teach children to go May be seated. 157. Let's read together. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt. But there's a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Let's turn the page. מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אליך, נורא תהילות אוסף אליך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אליך, נורא תהילות אוסף Let's turn the page. We start with 161, and then in the English, we'll go to 160 in the Hebrew, and then back again.
Understanding among us, let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us, let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, Leshalom. V'ha'amidenu, Shomreinu lechayim, ufros aleinu, Sukkot shlomecha, Hashkivenu, השכיבנו לשלום, השכיבנו, אדוני אלוהינו, השכיבנו לשלום. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
Let's turn forward. 164, we move into the tefillah together, and again, we rise as we are able.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'hanora, El Elyon, Gomer chasadim tovim, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואמהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים
ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. May be seated. Let's read together in 173. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh HaShabbat. Again, we turn to the handout where you'll find a setting for Shalom Rav.
Make of us a house for all people. Gather us in hope for all people. Surround us in peace for all people, in wholeness and in love. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael. B'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. בשלומך. Make of us a house for all people. Gather us in hope for all people. Surround us in peace for all people, in wholeness and in love. Make of us a house for all people. Gather us in hope for all people. Surround us in peace for all people, in wholeness and in love. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
We take some time for our own personal prayer. If you'd like to follow in the Siddur, in the prayer book, you can look at 179 through 181, choose a reading to reflect upon, or just take some time for your own personal thoughts and reflections and prayers. We'll come together again shortly at the bottom of 180.
שלום במרומיו. הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן.
Let's turn again, 371, page 371, in the middle of the page. This is our time for a prayer for healing, a healing of body and a healing of soul. If you like to see the names of people who are asking us to keep them in our prayers, you can open up this little handout. You'll see lots of names that are being shared with us. But if you'd like to share the name out loud of someone that's on your mind, in your heart, who can use a little bit of hope and strength from us, then we invite you just to share those names out loud. Then our prayer for healing, 371, in the middle of the page. Of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say amen. Those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say amen. So after our Misha Berach, we have other kinds of blessings that we often share. Sometimes it's for someone getting married, sometimes there's a baby, sometimes there's something special, wedding anniversary, whatever it might be. And sometimes people go to Israel. So we have somebody in our community who is going to Israel this weekend, and it's Tony. Tony,
Where is he?
Tony, can you
Tony.
hear me?
Paging Tony.
Paging Tony. I think he listens, but I know he's watching. Tony, come here. He's watching me in the camera. So for those that don't know, Tony is our security
he's coming.
guard.
Okay, yep.
He's here with us all the time. Come here. Come here, you good Catholic. Come here. So Tony, in some ways, has kind of joined our membership committee because he's the first face that you see. Sorry. Whenever you enter into the synagogue building, and there is a philanthropist in Chicago who is bringing security personnel in synagogues, among other spaces, and he's taking them to Israel so that a little bit of gratitude and also a little bit to help people that are working in synagogues, working security, who might not have a Jewish background, to understand a little bit more about what's going on here. Why is this a big deal? And so Tony gets to go for free. So if anybody else wants to become security here, you can get a free trip to Israel. It's a remarkable opportunity to see, to meet with some people who are involved in security, to be sure, in Israel, but also to see some sights, to have some good food, to go to some places in the Old City that are really important for folks that aren't necessarily Jewish, such as, Jesus' tomb and the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. So it's a really powerful kind of a moment. So, when you go to Israel, there's a lot of security at the airport. Shocker. You can't bring all of that, by the way. And they're going to ask questions. And they say, what's your name? They want to make sure, did anybody give you anything to take with you? First of all, you're going to say no. Okay. But we're going to give you a little tiny keychain. On this keychain, there's a chamsa, right? The chamsa is a hand of God. So chamsa is like chamesh, which is 5 for 5 fingers. So a lot of places in the Middle East, including in the Jewish community, wear a chamsa for good luck. Okay. And on this little keychain over here, you'll see Tfilat HaDerech, and that's the traveler's prayer. So this side is in Hebrew. By the time you come back, you'll be able to read it. And on the other side, it's in English. Okay. So a prayer for the journey. May it be your will, our God and God of our ancestors, that you lead us in peace, help us reach our destination safely, joyfully, and peacefully. May you protect us on our leaving and on our return, and rescue us from any harm. Blessed are you, Adonai, who listens to our prayers. So we hope that you take this with you. Think of this congregation, and we hope that you have an exceptional experience visiting a holy land for many peoples. And we look forward to hearing all about it when you come back. Videotape. He's bringing his little. Okay, that's a different story. You betcha. We didn't get a really big gift because he's got a free trip to Israel. $10,000. Okay. I know, when I'm tired, I'm a little punchy. So, we're talking tonight about new beginnings. It's Bereshit, is the Torah portion, Genesis, right? The very beginning of the Torah, the book of Genesis, we call the Torah portion, and the name of the whole book, Bereshit. A lot of people will translate Bereshit as in the beginning, but that's not really a Jewish way to translate Bereshit. Most people will talk about the idea of when God began to create, right? Because there is no beginning without God. So when God finally chooses to do some creating, it says in the Torah, when God began to create heaven and the earth being, and we don't know how to translate this term, tohu vavohu. Most people are going to translate it as unformed and void. Unformed and void. If you think about it, it's a contradiction, right? So the earth being unformed and void, tohu vavohu, with darkness over the surface of the deep and a wind from God sweeping over the water, God said, "Let there be light." God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness God called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, a first day. My theology comes from those few verses. There was a moment when God starts to create, and everything was tohu vavohu, whatever that means. Let's keep using unformed and void. Some will say that it was like desert waste. Rabbi Chaim Potok, a conservative rabbi who died some years ago, some of us of a certain generation might remember a book, The Chosen, that he wrote. Rabbi Potok wrote, "The intent is clear, order that results from divine intent." The creation experience is order that emerges from divine intent. I want to share, keep that in mind. But now I want to move to another rabbi, a rabbi who was very active in the civil rights movement. He died very, very suddenly. His name is Maurice Eisendrath. Maurice Eisendrath was the former head of the Reform movement in North America and was a rabbi in Toronto. And during World War II, he gave a Rosh Hashanah sermon where he lets go of his previous pacifism. And he was concerned about how Canadians, not dissimilar from Americans, felt like the war, World War II, was very distant, and they did not always show concern for what was happening in Nazi Europe. Rabbi Eisendrath wanted to confront his congregants who were feeling what they were considering a normal life, while other people were truly suffering. And in this sermon, he says something I think is kind of profound, and I want to share it with you. He wrote, "Let us remember then," and again, this is like, middle 20th century language. "Let us remember that when, at the beginning of the whole universe was tohu vavohu," he says, void and dark, "it was the Spirit of God alone that brought order out of confusion, cosmos out of chaos, light out of blackout. It is God alone that can perform that creative miracle once more today. Let us cease then our trembling supplication that God hasten to our aid, but seek instead to make certain that we are God's light bearers, not unto the privileged few, but unto all the children of humanity." Rabbi Eisendrath wants us to share our light. Don't wait for God, but for us to be the light bearers. Later in the sermon, he's referring to ideas of God's presence in our lives, how despite the hardships going on in the world, he says that God's never going to abandon us. But then he says, to be realized on earth, it must become enshrined in the hearts and souls of people. Such is the lesson we Jews have learned in the history of our past. Shall we, after so many centuries of heroic struggle and dauntless courage fail to carry out the will of God in order that out of the darkness there shall come light once more, triumph shall indeed supplant our present tragedy if we do but become God's co-workers, if with sufficient zeal and sacrifice we carry out God's way on earth. So for Rabbi Eisendrath, what's the lesson? God creates order out of chaos and out of nothingness in order to create something that's filled with light, even if it's imperfect. We, in lots of faith traditions, have a principle of acting godly. Theologians will talk about imitating God. I don't think we should be God. I know a few people who think they're like God. This is about acting godly, activating our own divine sparks and imitating God. And so if that is true, then, like Rabbi Eisendrath says, he calls it co-workers, I'd rather be partners. We get to be God's partners in bringing light and healing into a very broken world. We are God's partners. Now, we've just gone through our holy days. Bereshit starts the Torah reading right from the very, very beginning. We ended Deuteronomy. Now we start with Genesis. We start all over again. And it's a new year, a new beginning. We have new vision, new experience. We have an opportunity to move forward. If we don't, then what were the holy days for? We can't just go through the motions. This is our chance to actually move things forward. And in Genesis, we often see struggles of human interaction. Adam and Eve are wrestling with the ideas of their responsibilities. He blames her for things. She blames the snake. The snake has nobody to blame. And we have, there's a bumper sticker that's my favorite. It just popped into my head. It says, Eve was framed. Have you ever seen that? It's my favorite bumper sticker. They are wrestling with having a sense of responsibility, and it creates conflict for them. I want to share something with this idea of being partners, and who do we want to be and hold our responsibilities. Another rabbi of prominence in the 20th century was a rabbi named Sidney Greenberg, and he wrote beautifully. He says, we are not only shaped by our environment, we shape it. We are not only the creatures of circumstance, we're also the creators of circumstance. Our genes may determine whether our eyes are brown or blue, but whether we look upon each other with cold indifference or warm compassion is for us to choose. Our physical height might be biologically determined, but our human stature we fashion ourselves. Our environment determines the language we speak and the pronunciation we use, but whether our words are cruel or gentle, harsh or comforting depends entirely on us. Our passions, appetites, and instincts are part of our animal equipment, but whether they rule us or we rule them is left for each of us to determine. Bereshit, Genesis, challenges us to consider how we are going to walk in the world. Bereshit challenges us on how we're going to devote our time, energy, and resources during the year. Bereshit challenges us not to pick up where we left off in the previous year, but to begin again, intentionally, as God's partners, to help restore some order. And we get to restore order whenever we do an act of kindness. Anytime we do an act of kindness, that's restoring order and helping be a partner in the work of creation. So whether you write a letter to the editor or you show up during Shiva and make a minyan, or you bring a meal to someone who needs it, that's restoring order in people's lives when they are experiencing chaos. So I always share it at this time, every year, right after Yom Kippur. And I finally remembered who taught it. It's Rabbi Ed Feinstein from California. And he says one of the most significant and simplest messages that he has shared every year that he has been a rabbi, he's a bit older than I am, is this question. He says, what is the holiest day of the year? And our sages in Jewish tradition will say it's Yom Kippur, the Sabbath of Sabbaths. But for Rabbi Feinstein, it says it's never Yom Kippur. It's the day after. This is the day after. So, how do we want to be partners? How do we want to show up? It's the theme right now. It was during our holy days, but those are just a few days. Can we be God's co-partners? I'm okay with being the junior partner, but partners nevertheless. Let's turn back into the Siddur, into the prayer book, page 586. At the bottom of the page, the bottom paragraph on 586, we rise as we are able.
ותהית גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו גויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
We turn the page.
שהונות השמיים ויוסד הארץ ומושב יקרו
בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים ואלוהינו אין עוד אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו ככתוב בתורתו וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל
ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד
591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
May be seated for a moment. Zichronam levracha, may their memories be for blessing. If you are observing a yahrzeit is the anniversary of one's death. Or if you are in a period of mourning, and if you choose, we invite you to rise for a moment, share the name of the one whom you are remembering, and then we'll continue with additional names from the community. We also remember in those first 30 days, the period of Shloshim, Lynn Davis, the mother of Flori Muller, Shmuel Golan, the father of Guy Golan, Robert Gotthelf, the father of Bill Gotthelf, Bonnie Millian, the mother of Elizabeth Millian, Betsy Orman Khan, the sister of Alan Orman, the aunt of Fran Cohen. Those yahrzeits we recall for this week that's passed, we remember Karen Berner, Ben Borenstein, Nicole Bouquet, Alan Chalfin, Jeff Cooper, Stephen Feinberg, Edwin Leaf, Clara Lehrer, Morty Leibovich, Bonnie Litton, Eileen Manoff, Jenny Palkowitz, Pauline Padel, Milton Roman, Milton Rosenberg, Dorothy Rothaus, Minnie Shainman, Josephine Speck, Esther Taxman, Richard Unger, Gerrit Verdoner, Mildred Wagner. Also share the names of a few other people. This past week or so in the Jewish community, there's been great joy that there's a ceasefire and hostages have been returned home, but not all of them. All of them that are alive have returned. Those that have been murdered and have been in Gaza this time, many of them are still there, but there have been some that are returning and who have been identified. There's still others even today that have been returned, and we don't know yet their identities. But we remember Bipin Joshi, a Nepalese student who was killed while protecting others on October 7th, Guy Iluz, who was abducted from the Nova Festival, Yossi Sharabi, father abducted from Kibbutz Be'eri, Captain Daniel Peretz, an IDF soldier, killed in action, Inbar Heyman, she was abducted from the festival, Sergeant Major Muhammad Al-Atrash, a Bedouin Arab IDF soldier, Staff Sergeant Tamir Nimrodi, who's 20 years old, Eitan Levy, who's 53, and Uriel Baruch, also among the hostages. We hope for all of their return so their families and loved ones can give them a proper burial. 598, we stand together as our custom, as we are able, shoulder to shoulder, holding each other up when we need to. 598, Yit Gadal, V'yit Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, B'yalma Divrach, Yirutei, V'yamlich Machutei, V'chayechon, V'yamechon, V'chayei Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, U'vizman Kariv V'meru, Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mivarach Leolam Umei Amaya, Yit Barach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemei D'Kudusha Barechu, La'ela Min Kol Berachata V'shirata, Tush Bechata V'nechemata, Damiran B'yalma V'meru, Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'meru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'mromav, Uyaseh Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, V'meru Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and all who hurt here and everywhere. Let's say amen. You may be seated, but not Zoe. You come here. Pick a path. All right, well done. How you doing? So, I hear it's your bat mitzvah this Shabbat. You want to do it now? I'm okay. We want you to know that we're proud of you. We are excited for you. We are looking forward to celebrating with you and your family. We know that this is kind of like, I've been thinking about it today, it's kind of a perfect Torah portion for you because you have a lot of Creator in you. And that's really lovely and beautiful and exciting. And we are looking forward how you get to share your gifts with, your community, your family, friends. As you continue your life journey, we hope that your creative and Jewish journey are going to be super sweet and very special. And we know that it will be because you already are. And we have this yad for you. I think you've seen it before. So this will be your yad. You get to use it tomorrow. Yad, of course, is that Torah pointer. It means a hand. So we hope that you will use it well tomorrow and often in the future. And it should be a sweet, sweet day. So Mazal Tov.
Mazel tov.
Let me go back. Sure. There you go. Take it and show them.
You can leave it there so it's there for tomorrow, if you want.
Well, friends, our closing prayer is on 657, page 657. And just also want to point out in this little handout, there's always information that is relevant to the community, whether it's our next journey to Israel or some adult learning opportunities that are coming up. We have, or if you're interested in making a connection with someone on our staff team, this will have a lot of information for you. And let's conclude 657 with another prayer for peace.
Ojavo shalom aleinu. Ojavo shalom aleinu. Ojavo shalom aleinu. Ve'al kulam. Ojavo shalom aleinu. Ojavo shalom aleinu. Ojavo shalom aleinu. Ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, 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 salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Ojavo shalom aleinu. Ojavo shalom aleinu. Ojavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, 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 salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Ojavo shalom aleinu. Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam.
Wish you a Shabbat Shalom. Wish your neighbors a Shabbat Shalom. Come join us in the social hall. we'll have make a
Unlike
motzi
making music
and
together,
have a
they get
little
to
bit of nash together.